Welcome to Bryer's Music Showcase. I'm Bryer and welcome back to another video. So that time has finally come. In this video I am doing my third Q&A. So the first time I did it was a standard video just like this. Second time I did it was a live chat. And so I thought it would be nice to go full circle and go back to a standard video for this Q&A. So I have all the questions here. And yes, I had to write each one of these down because like the first time, my phone is busy at the moment. So in total, we have about 17 questions, so pretty good amount. So for those who have submitted a question, thank you so much. There's a few of you who have submitted multiple questions, so thank you even more for that. But yeah, I'm going to just go through these questions and yeah, we'll see what happens. So let's cue the like jazz music and let's just jump right into it. All right, so the first question, and the first two are by the same person. They're both by my good friend, Jason the Old Millennial. So the first question Jason submitted is, what are the albums you got from, wait, let me try that again. Take two. What are the most albums you got from one artist? It's actually a good question. I never really thought about that. So luckily I planned ahead. So let's find out together. So let me just turn around real quick. All right, so here we are. So you should see my computer screen right now. So what I did, I went on Google, did a whole Google sheet, and I listed every single artist I have in my collection. This took a while. And so obviously this side is the name of each band and artist, and this is the number of albums from each band. And I've included both compilations, live albums, the whole shebang. So how we're gonna do it, I'm gonna go ahead and highlight this entire list, so hopefully this shouldn't take too long. It's going pretty quickly. So once we get to the end, right now, I'm going to go to data. We're going to go with sort range, and then we'll go to the last option, which is advanced range sorting options. Make sure we select data has header row, and select number of albums. And when we hit sort, we will find out which one has the most. So in 3, 2, 1, go. And the winner is Rush with 19, which makes sense because that's how many albums they released. And then in second place, shockingly enough, Queen is in second with only 18, so missed it by 1. And then Genesis is in third with 14. So yeah, this was pretty interesting. So yeah, there you go. There's your answer right there. So there you have it. Hopefully that was informative. So Jason submitted a second question, and that question is, do you like to get albums outside of studio albums like soundtracks, comedy, Christmas, live, compilations, for example? This is kind of a lot here, but yeah, I do go outside of studio albums every once in a while. Again, at my core, I am a studio album guy, so I don't always deviate from that, but I do have quite a bit of soundtrack albums, and you're probably gonna see like a whole compilation of it, like of all the soundtracks I have at the moment. Comedy stuff, I don't have any comedy albums. I'm not that interested, honestly. I kind of like watching it rather than just purely listening to it, because you know, when you're watching a comedy act, the visual kind of helps even more. So yeah, and Christmas, I think I only have one Christmas album, and that's Celine Dion, which you're probably also gonna see as well. Live stuff, again, not a huge live album guy, but I do have some big ones, like of course Phantom Comes Alive, Wings Over America, Kiss Alive. What else? I recently picked up the Humble Pie one. That was pretty good. And compilations, I don't get that many nowadays. I get very rarely I get one. Like if it's a artist I know, I'm not gonna go out of my way to pick up the studio albums because they're not worth my time. Like that's probably the only exception. But yeah, but again, like I said, at my core, I just purely get the studio albums. But yeah, those are the only two questions Jason submitted. So thank you, Jason, very much. Alright, so next up we have one by someone named John Bramley. Hopefully I said that right. But he submitted 2 questions as well. What 10 songs would you take to a desert island? So I guess essentially these are like my favorite songs. So I actually did a video on my channel. Actually, we're getting kind of close to it. Like, it was sometime last year, and I was going through my 100 favorite songs of all time. So, and I'll probably leave a link to the last part, which covers my top 10 favorite songs. I don't think that area has changed that much. So yeah, if you want to know my desert island songs, go watch that video. Again, I'll leave a link in the description. So yeah, so that was his first question. Next question is, what 10 albums from your collection would you leave behind if you had no space left in your car? And no, you can't rent a truck. Well, sadly, I don't have a car, so but yes, if I did have a car, what albums would I leave behind? I mean, there's quite a bit. I mean, Summer in Paradise is one. Mardi Gras by Creedence Clearwater Revival is another one. American Dream by Crosby, Stills, and Nash and Young. What else? There's a few albums I don't care for. Let me just go up. So, yep, I'm in my pajamas. Don't judge me. But other albums that I would probably leave behind is probably these. Like, this is like Atlantic Star, which is kind of this R&B soul group. They're okay, but honestly kind of boring, if I'm going to be honest. Another one I would probably ditch, Ace of Base. I really did not care for this one. It's kind of, I don't know, musically it's kind of, I just found it annoying, honestly. I don't know why. Let's see, more stuff I would leave behind. I have to go over here on this side of the room, so hold on a sec. Let me just scooch that so you don't see the light. Okay, here's another one I would probably ditch, and maybe a controversial one, depending how much you're a fan of this band, but The Smiths, The God Is Dead. Many people say this is a good album. I put this on, and yeah, I didn't really care for it. I don't know, this didn't do much for me. So it's probably another one I would probably leave behind. Yeah, okay, I don't know, I lost track, so I don't know if that's 10. But that's kind of the idea. So sorry if I didn't fully get the full 10, but hopefully that was enough. But yeah, thank you for the questions, John. Alright, next up we have one from Did You See That? So aka Mike. What one song would you make your worst enemy listen to for the rest of their lives? Oh, should I show mercy or not? So obviously the song I would choose would be
People all around the world in every nation like to get together for some excitation.
Do I really need to say anything else about that song? Right, okay, let's move on. But thank you, Mike. Alright, this one is from someone named Zeb. Do you like Canterbury Prague? And he lists some examples like Caravan, Gong, Egg, Super Sister, Con, National Health, Hatfield, and the North, etc. I don't have that much. I do have some Caravan. So let me come back up on my chair and let me just show you. I only have 2 so far. I only have, they're probably the most popular one, In the Land of Gray and Pink. Hopefully that's in frame. But I also have For Girls Who Grow Plump in the Night. Both really good. And then I also have, and that should be a little bit lower. So down here, let's see, here it is. It would probably be Egg. Yes. And this one's okay. Didn't really blow me away, but I enjoyed it last time I heard it. But then again, it's been a long time since I've heard it, so who knows? Maybe my opinion's changed. But yeah. And in terms of the other acts you've listed, I haven't heard them yet. So again, at some point we'll check them out, but we'll see. But yeah, thank you for the question there. All right, and then we have 3 also by the same person. Of course, these 3 are submitted by my good friend Adam from What the Gym. Alright, so Adam's first question is, if you were to start a new YouTube channel, then what content will you post on it? That's a great question. I mean, what have I not covered yet? So my first channel was a Thomas the Tank Engine channel. My second one was about cartoons and animation. And then we have music. So what could I do now? I've kind of thought about it from time to time. There are many ideas I could do. Like maybe I can talk about, maybe I could talk about movies. Maybe I don't know. That would be an interesting idea. Let's see what else. Like I always wanted to do like video essays on stuff that I like. Maybe about TV shows or movies or any type of pop culture thing that interests me. Like I really always enjoyed watching like video essays. Like some like a lot of them are pretty long. Some of them can go for hours. But I don't know. I like them. I like the style. It's kind of like a documentary almost. And I don't know. I kind of like that sort of stuff. So I guess if I were to do a new channel, I'll probably see if I can go in more in that direction. But then again, that takes a lot of time, and I don't know. I'm not sure if I have the time or patience to make a whole long video essay. But I would love to do that someday. But yeah, that's probably what I would go with. And next question Adam asks is, I've listened to the Eagles' Hotel California. What are your thoughts on the album? I think it's excellent. My favorite song from it is The Last Resort. Well, good thing you mentioned that, because I actually do own a copy on vinyl. Here it is. And of course, I mean, I have to. Of course, I have it on CD as well. So yeah, I do very much enjoy this album. I would definitely put this in somewhere in the top 100 favorite albums for me. So, actually, I probably shouldn't have put that back, but oh well. We'll stick with the vinyl. I mean, yeah, it's just a fantastic album. And of course, it has the gatefold as well. So, where's the track listing? I guess I have to look at the record itself. This is why I shouldn't have put away that CD, because it would have been so much easier. Or I look at the liner notes. Yeah, I'll just look at the liner notes. All right, so of course, Hotel California is a classic. Love it. New Kid in Town, great little country vibe to that one. Life in the Fast Lane, good rocker. And then you have Wasted Time, which is a great ballad. Of course, I'm a sucker for ballads. Then you have the reprise, which that's kind of the only weird thing, is that you have Wasted Time and then you have the Wasted Time reprise after it. It makes more sense when it's on vinyl, because again, the reprise starts side 2, but again, that's still kind of an odd choice. Victim of Love's pretty solid rocker. Then you have Pretty Maids All in a Row, which is a Joe Walsh song, and that is a fantastic ballad. Love his vocals on that one. Then you have another song, kind of another ballad by Randy Meisner, who again has a great voice. Always enjoyed his vocals. And yeah, The Last Resort, is a great closing track. It's just a great way to close the album. But yeah, it's a fantastic album. I mean, it's a classic album for a reason. Many people will cite this as their best album. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't argue with that, honestly. But yeah, there you go. So glad you enjoyed that album, Adam. And the last question Adam asks is, what's your favorite movie franchise? That's actually a very interesting question. That's a tough one, honestly. God, I'm trying to think of ones in my head. Toy Story, maybe. I think Toy Story would probably be my favorite. I don't know. I was just going off the top of my head, but yeah, I'd probably go Toy Story. This bunch of nostalgia for that series. The first 3, of course, are classics, and the 4th one's actually not too bad. I actually kind of liked it. Of course, I heard they're doing a 5th one. I have no idea how they're gonna do a 5th one. I have no idea what they're gonna do with that. But we'll see what happens. I'm gonna keep my expectations low, but we'll see. But yeah, so thank you, Adam, for all the questions there. All right, next up we have Jacob Martin. Okay, what is your least favorite song from your favorite band and your favorite song from your least favorite band? I hope I read that right. I read it, and then I couldn't tell if it was actually processing, but I get what you're trying to ask. So my least favorite song by my favorite band. So basically my least favorite Queen song. Let's see, I'll probably just bring it out here since it's close by. So I'm going to be going to there we go. I'm going to go to Made in Heaven. Again, not a bad album. I do enjoy this album, but there's some songs on here that are kind of like whatever. Of course, you have the song. Of course, it's not listed on the back, but at the very end, there's a track just called Yeah, and you play it, and all you get is yeah. And that's it. That's all that is. But then immediately after that, I'm kind of gonna lump these two together because they kind of flow into each other. But after the yeah, you have this like 20-minute ambient piece that is kind of like, why do we really need to end this album with a 20-minute ambient piece? And you know, I don't hate ambient music. I mean, I do enjoy it from time to time, but I just think it's kind of just a big filler track just to fill the CD, which many bands in the 90s did. But yeah, I probably would go for that. Again, it's not horrible, but kind of pointless at the same time. And I get it's supposed to be like a tribute to Freddie. Like, you know, just have the whole ambient kind of tell a story, but I don't know, not something I go back to. And then you also said favorite song for my least favorite band. There are many, so I don't know which one to go with. I guess I would say Nickelback, but really I can't really name a Nickelback song I like. I guess I'll go with my second choice would probably be Maroon 5. I kind of do have a soft spot for Move Like Jagger. That's kind of a guilty pleasure song. You know, it's kind of like a tribute to Mick Jagger. You know, Mick Jagger liked it, so I'll go with it. But yeah, thank you, Jacob. Great question there. Next, we have this one. We have by somebody called Irish Flink. Again, hopefully I said that right. Hi, Bryer. What does AOR mean? AOR, from what I know, just means album-oriented rock. That's the most. I mean, I think I've heard it sometimes say some people have used arena-oriented rock, but I think album-oriented rock is the most common use for it. Honestly, I think it's a pretty dumb term. I don't get what's so special about that. But album-oriented rock, like, it's basically albums from the 70s and early 80s. I mean, won't that mean every rock album in that period was AOR? I don't know. I just stick with just classic rock. Just keep it simple. I don't need an extra word into it. Like, yeah, just stick with 2 words. I don't need 3. But yeah, that's AOR for you. But thank you, Irish. Okay, pretty interesting question. All right, next question. Bry. Oh, by the way, this is by Ian Cook. Bry, thanks for the opportunity to interact with a legend. I had to write that down because I wanted to say that just to boost my ego. But anyhow, do you have any music, track, or album that is so emotionally close to you that is certainly bulletproof, that it is certainly critically bulletproof and will stay with you for a lifetime? Oh yeah, I think we all do. Obviously, in terms of albums, like The Wall by Pink Floyd, Pet Sounds by Beach Boys, of course. I guess Queen Innuendo I would put in there. The Show Must Go On, most definitely. just going through the top of my head. Joy Division, Unknown Pleasures, and Closer too. Let's see if I can think of one more. Yeah, okay, Joni Mitchell, Blue. I'll go with that one. That's like the last one I'll mention. But yeah, those albums like those that will stay with me for a while. But yeah, that's a really good question. I didn't really talk about individual songs because honestly I'd be here all day. But yeah, good question. And Ian asks another question: what are your plans to go from 1.19, now we're at 1.2, subs to 10k subs? Honestly, I don't really know. I don't really, that's kind of a thing I don't know, I guess it's a bad habit, but I typically don't plan that far ahead. And that's probably not a good thing, because I'm always in the moment. I just kind of like to just, I'm happy in the present, so I don't like thinking back, and I really don't like thinking forward, because I don't want to set myself for failure. But yeah, in terms of plans, just kind of keep doing what I'm doing. Obviously, I'm gonna, when something happens, if there's something that's I'm noticing in like the social media field, I'll try to see if I can swing towards that. Just adapt to whatever's going on. Just still be me. That's all I gotta do. Just be me. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what people enjoy the most, and that's me. But sorry. But yeah, that's probably how I don't answer it. Then you have one more question. I love the range of your musical taste. You are so much like my son. Rest in peace. Yeah, very sorry to hear that. Are there any genres or artists you won't go near with a 10-foot barge pole? In terms of genres, honestly, not really. There's not really a genre I would outright avoid. I mean, I've said in the past I don't like hip hop or rap, but there are times where I feel like I need to give it a fair shake. And who knows, maybe one day I will start diving into hip hop and rap and try to find stuff that I like from that. So yeah, so in terms of genres, like, I'm pretty open for the most part. Even if it's genres I'm not crazy for, like, every once in a while there'll be a song I might like. So yeah, I don't discriminate against genres. For artists, Nickelback. Again, generic answer, but yeah, I'm not a really big Nickelback fan. I also mentioned Maroon 5, even though Move Like Jagger is a guilty pleasure. Like, don't really want to hear any more of them. Besides that, let's see what else. Like, I never quite. I mean, I wouldn't avoid her, but Billie Eilish is one I haven't fully get. I don't fully get. Obviously, she's very popular at the moment, and I know, and some of my friends are Billie Eilish fans, but I don't know. I mean, she's a good songwriter because she does write her songs, which I respect. But I just don't like her whisper approach. Like, it's just so quiet, and she's just whispering the whole time. And so every time I hear her song, it's basically like that scene from Monty Python. There you go. But who knows? Maybe, again, with these artists I mentioned, basically, I don't really have any drive to listen to their stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much my answers there. But yeah, thank you, Ian, very much for your questions. We're almost done here, just a few more to go. Next up, we have Mickey. First question he asked: other than the Beach Boys monstrosity, good description there, what's your least favorite CD in your collection? I could easily go for the big ones like Mardi Gras or American Dream, but I'm gonna go with another one I've shown before, and that was the Ace of Base one. Like, I just did not like it at all. I still have it, but it's kind of a weird feeling. Like, I want to get rid of it, but at the same time I don't wanna, because it's mine. probably go with that. Yeah, just did not like that one. Not even the sign saved it. And I used to like that song when I was younger. I don't know why now I have an issue with it. And then last question Mickey asked is your favorite live album. I kind of mentioned it before, but Wings Over America, yeah, that's probably my favorite. I mean, you got Paul McCartney. Not only is he singing a bunch of Wings songs, but he's also throwing in a lot of Beatles songs as well. And it sounds great. You know, the playing is fantastic. Plays all the songs you want to hear. And that was probably Wings at their peak. So, yeah, it's a great live album. So that's going to be my answer. So thank you very much, Mickey. All right, and then we have one question left to go, and I saved this one for last because it is the most deepest, most important question I have ever received on this show. And this is by the user Abby, the young Gen Xer. And her question is, what's your favorite pizza topping? Oh, man, I thought long and hard for this. And yeah, I'm pretty basic. I just go with just standard pepperoni. I'm basic that way. I don't go for anything crazy. I just like just pepperoni on it, and I'm happy. You know, I'll eat cheese, but I don't know. I kind of like the pepperoni. Adds more flavor to it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I do like other stuff. Like I can eat it with olives if it has it. I'll eat it. Yeah, and sausage too. And you know what? I am not ashamed to admit it. You can trash me in the comments, but yes, I do like pineapple on pizza. Don't judge me. But yeah, that's a good question to end off. So again, thank you very much for those who submitted questions. This was actually kind of fun. It's always fun doing these Q&As. It's always fun interacting with all of you in the comments as well. But it's kind of nice to do stuff like this, you know, interacting with all of you. It's always interesting. So thank you very much for those who have watched the whole video and watched me, you know, ramble on, move around, struggling of words to say. Again, hopefully you've enjoyed all that. Hopefully you've enjoyed my answers. Again, give the video a like, subscribe if you happen to be new here. We'll see if we can get to 10K. Yeah. But until then, I'll see you in the next video. Take care and goodbye for now.